Welcome to the Popcorn Talk Network, for the online broadcast network that features movie discussion, news, and interviews. Press 1.
Popcorn Talk. We talk movies. From the Popcorn Talk Network, the online broadcast network for movie talk, and the Schmoes know, this is Box Office Breakdown. Information and commentary on weekly movie box office.
Next on, there we go.
I was like, I'm kind of talking, but I'm not hearing anything, so I'm assuming I'm not on. Hi guys, welcome back to Box Office Breakdown. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready to talk some movies.
All right, we're gonna get down to this weekend's numbers. We have a top 5 list that is coming from one of the flops of the weekend.
Well, it's 85 degrees. Why are you wearing a jacket for?
Good question.
Because I feel like the layering effect looks nice on camera.
Oh, maybe you're right.
I also like this jacket.
Is that an on-screen only jacket, or is that an all-day jacket?
This is I will take it with me all day jacket.
But will you wear it?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing yet today.
It is really nice out.
She just woke up.
It's time for... All right. Anyway, let's talk about how was everyone's weekend before we get into the numbers.
It was good. We had a really good team building exercise yesterday, which I thought really helped our dynamic.
Me and JT were hanging out by my house. We went and played some basketball at Ellis and Cobster. Mm-hmm. And I was like, Sarah lives pretty close to my house. And I was like, man, imagine we see Sarah out here laying out. And sure enough, she was out there. It was pretty amazing.
You did call it.
Yeah.
That's really funny. I didn't hear that side of the story.
And JT seen her from really far away.
I was like, oh, I think that's there.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we knew about your clavicle bone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Great.
That was right there.
Yeah. But then we played horse.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
And it was we had so much team building.
Yeah, a lot of team building.
I was not really counted in the game.
No, me and JT weren't doing anything. We were just watching Sarah run and do layups and stuff like that.
I can't do a layup. I really can't. All right.
It's a fun time. It was 85 degrees in California.
It was really hot.
It's beautiful. It's wonderful. Yeah. It's time to go to the beach. It feels like summer. Mm-hmm. But let's get into the movies, which are not like summer movies at all.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Horrible box office again. It's just been low numbers for far too long.
The weather was nice.
The weather was nice, so no one was going in and seeing the movies, at least in LA. But everywhere else, they should be going and seeing movies because they're caved in snow.
That's true.
Yeah, but it's daylight savings now. It gets late.
That happened on that has nothing.
Sunday
that
night.
Saturday night. Should have no impact on the box office at all.
It had an impact on my drinking on Saturday night. That's for sure.
But really, I feel like the weather should be contributing to more people going to movies and not less. But that's not the case because number 5 was going to SpongeBob. Now in its 5th week, still the only really kids movie out there. Brought in another 7 million. That's only like a 35% drop. So to date, it's about $148 million. It's really good timing for the release. They have nothing else to compete with. They picked a good window, and it's just staying in there. Kingsman only dropped 30% and brought in $8.3 million. Not a ton of money, but in its 4th week, and it's also hanging on good word of mouth. It's doing pretty well overseas as well. Mm-hmm. Definitely, I think we're going to see a franchise coming from this film on because people like it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Doing great international.
They made a solid standalone film, and people liked it, and then now it has the backing to make more films. I think that's how people should go about it instead of like, let's plan 3 in a series and hope people like them. Make a movie people like and want to see more of. It's not hard.
Matthew Vaughn's on fire.
Yep.
And then number 3, I'm very proud of this film.
Yeah.
That's great.
No, it's not. It did good.
The second best exotic Marigold Hotel, $8.6 million.
Yeah.
It only opened in 1,500 theaters.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, that's actually really good.
It's really good for this movie. Definitely off of the last one. It opened pretty much exactly as
pretty
100 Foot Journey.
A little more. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A little less.
Pretty much the same. Number 2, Focus, dropping 46%, brought in $10 million to be in its 2nd week. And number 1, although it got the number 1 spot.
Yeah.
It is not a good look for Sony's Chappie with $13.3 million. That's its number 1 opening week. Took the top of the box office, but only 13.3, which is not good.
Well, it got you the win.
I did win.
Yeah, you
Yes,
did win.
Sarah got the top 3.
Thank you,
I
Unfinished
bookended.
Business, for dropping down to number 10
Wow, we really overestimated
in
that
its
piece of junk.
opening week.
Yeah, really overestimated. I really thought, it would bring out some of the comedy. I mean, people must have just been totally turned
You
off
know
by the
what?
trailer.
They're done, but they're done. This guy's toast.
I mean,
it's Vaughn's not toast.
Well, it
He's toast in comedy.
It wasn't that far away from coming in the top 5. You're talking about it's in the 10th spot, but it's
Yeah.
4.8 million.
Duff made more money.
Yeah. But number
it's like
5
eighth
brought
week.
in $7 million. You're talking about a pretty much $5 to $7 million jump. That's not that big.
That's like-
it's
This opens in
crazy.
2006. It does $40 million.
Also,
That's a big difference.
it's in Hot Tub 2 range right now. I think
Yes.
didn't Hot Tub make at least $5 million?
Or Mordecai.
It's in,
It's in our
Even
list
Mordecai
of
made
flops.
more.
Mordecai.
We
We're gonna
need
put
like
Mordecai
we
back
need
in
like
theaters. Give it a second run.
We need like a wall of shame for this
Yeah.
year, because it just like I
What?
feel like every 2 weeks we get another huge flop that's making under 5 million. It started kind of with, I want to say Black Hat, whatever.
No, it started
was.
with Mordecai.
I think Black Hat came out before Mordecai, didn't it?
No.
Oh, in my head, Black Hat was first.
I don't know. I think
Black Hat was after it.
It was. Well,
Yeah.
here's the
Really?
thing. Mordecai still made more than those movies. I think it made 7.8 million or something like that. I think on the first weekend.
I don't know.
We're talking-
No, it made 4 or
No,
3.
I think it made close to
No,
7.
it's at 7 right now. Period. Total. Yeah, I'm serious.
It's at 7 million
It's a
right
piece
now.
of junk.
Poor Mordecai.
I mean,
Box office ball. The shame.
No, it's look, Unfinished Business. I mean, it's it's a terrible movie, terrible jokes. What I'm happy about is that America is finally waking up to this nonsense, and we're seeing it this year early that people ain't buying into this bullshit like Mordecai.
Well, that's the thing.
Or this one and other things. They're buying into it overseas. It's like a reversal. It's unbelievable.
Well, the other point of it is that once a movie gets slammed by word of mouth, people go, okay, I'm going to wait to spend $1 on it in Redbox and not $28 on it for 2 tickets.
Correct.
Like, if there's any doubt about how good the movie's going to be, or if if it's not something that people want to talk about, or you're going to feel left behind, or like there's the curiosity factor, then they're just like, I can wait. It's not a long wait anymore. You're not having to wait a year for something to come out on Blockbuster. It's
No,
like
sometimes it comes out the same day.
Yeah, same day. Wait 2 weeks. Wait 2 months. It's not a big deal.
That's what Unfinished Business is.
Also-
watch, stream it on whatever.
Yeah, in the week.
Yeah, smoke drugs or whatever and watch it, and then maybe you'll like it.
Again, for me, a lot of it has to do with advertising and the star power. Kevin Hart is hot right now as far as a comedic actor, so he could open a movie like Wedding Ringer to 30-something million. Alone, his name on that movie is what made that movie money, because of Ride Along last year. Vaughn can't really carry a movie. He hasn't carried a movie in a long time. I feel like if you're going to have an R-rated comedy, you need something that's going to... The story has to have a certain pitch that just draws you. Hangover? The original Hangover had no stars. Bradley
No.
Cooper was not a star.
Nope.
Zach Galifianakis was not a star. The thing that brought people was the premise of that movie. It looked
Sure.
really funny. And what is the premise of this movie? I've seen every trailer and commercial, and I still don't know what the movie's about, really.
It's like the Hangover, but like corporate version.
Yeah, they go to Europe.
That sounds...
and do-
just that pitch you told me right now sounds boring.
Well, I didn't see it.
I know.
That's what I've gotten from the
But
trailers.
from the trailers, I never really got that from trailers. I was like, I just see Vince Vaughn doing his thing. I really don't know what's going on.
Yeah, there wasn't even any hot chicks in the trailer.
true.
A sausage party?
I
It's
didn't
ridiculous.
focus that.
I think Vince Vaughn needs, if he's going to do our comedy, he needs to go back to doing stuff like old school. Like, it's
Right.
more of an ensemble. He's not the lead.
Right, but
Again, you could say this is ensemble, but I mean, really, the other two guys, Dave Franco, who's kind of unproven as...
They wanted him. They thought he was
They've
going
been
to do
trying
draw.
to push Dave Franco so
Yeah.
much over
And
this past
obviously-
I mean, he was
Yeah,
good in
didn't work this time.
Neighbors, but again, he's a role player. Same thing at 21 Jump Street.
It's Vince Vaughn's lowest output in over 1,000 theaters ever.
And Tom Wilkinson, I love that guy as an actor.
Yeah.
He's a great actor, but do you think of him when you think comedy?
No.
No.
So-
I don't.
The Duff made more money this week.
Yeah.
The Duff.
The Duff made
but the
more
thing
money.
Is, people like the Duff. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying
the
that as a
premise.
negative, like people.
Vince
are
Vaughn should be
saying
a
it's
teacher
funny,
in the
like-
Duff. That's what he should do.
Yes, exactly.
It's already made, so it's a little late for that.
But yeah, let's talk about some other new films. Best
Yeah.
Exotic, I agree, they did really well. It's because literally it's going to an audience that doesn't get a lot of movies out
Let me
there.
tell you what happened here with the Best Erotic Hotel.
Okay.
My buddy.
Exotic.
Yeah. My buddy.
I won.
did
You
win.
have to say it the right way.
Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, you're right.
That's right.
All right, Erotic Hotel. Exotic. My buddy Consuelos works in a nursing home in Rancho Cucamonga called Going Out with a Bang.
Okay.
And he's like a fence over there for the old people. Basically what he does is, he's like Morgan Freeman in Shawshank. He gets them stuff. He said like they're asking for liquor, drugs, alcohol, even guns. And he's getting them for them.
That's illegal.
What does that do with the movie?
What? He's it's basically.
I thought you were going to say they're asking for like bootlegs of this movie.
Well, no, it's big in retirements. They were
Okay.
taking buses to see these things, and the guys were getting ready. He said it's like high school over there. These guys are.
Well, I figure
are banging all day long.
When you're that
Pumptown,
old,
USA.
When you're that old, I mean, you can do whatever you want at that point. Try any drug you want, because I mean,
Yeah.
you're at the end of your rope.
Well,
May
this
as
is
well
like,
try it all.
This is like the top-notch one around here.
Oh, really?
And yeah, basically you have to look like Raquel Welch or like Michael
really?
Douglas to get in there. Yeah.
Dexter Welch. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Fancy retirement
What else opened this? That was really the only two that really broke the top 10, huh?
Nothing.
Everything
We
else?
have repeats for everything else. And what's going to happen to Focus? Who knows? I mean, no one seems to really like that movie. It's not bringing in any money.
Well, it wasn't a bad drop-off. I mean, it was only 46% for a movie with so word of mouth.
We obviously got to talk about Chappie.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Neil Blomkamp was seen as like the next big visionary director after District 9, nominated for Best Picture that year. Elysium was met with a lot of mixed reaction. Half the Schmo crew liked it. I didn't really like it.
I didn't like it either.
A lot of people, I'd say majority of people were kind of down on it, even though we all agree visually it was amazing. A lot of people were hoping this Chappie, especially for me from the trailer, I was like, this might be a return of form.
It had huge buzz out of Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Huge buzz.
It looked like Johnny Five, but it was a dark, District 9 version of it. And I was really excited, and I didn't see this weekend because every person I trust told me it was a horrible movie.
What are they saying? Why is it horrible?
They're saying that every decision that the people make in the movie is the wrong decision, and it takes you out of the movie because you're just like, why? Everyone's making the stupidest decisions throughout the whole movie. Again, I haven't seen it, but this is what I've been told.
Sounds like some people's real lives.
No.
If you're unfortunate to be one of those people, yes. And apparently he cast these two musicians from
Aunt Dyward.
yeah, and they're apparently
they sing that song. I think I feek you and I like you a lot.
Yeah, apparently they're like basically they're the main characters of this movie, and at one point they're wearing shirts of the movie that they're in, and I don't know. I hear they're annoying, and the movie.
The one guy, Ninja.
Yeah. Oh, that's his name. That's right.
He was really good friends with Blomkamp, but towards the end of the movie, their relationship is strained now forever. And he had a tattoo under his lip, District 9, and he switched it up now. It reads like I'm an alcoholic or something like that. And he switched it like Johnny Depp did.
And that caused a rift between him and the director?
It was before. He said he was just so unruly on set. It was just unbelievable. Yeah, the guy's a complete idiot anyway. Okay. You ever watch their videos?
I'm not familiar with
the
any
video,
of those.
Die Antwoord. I think I feek you. It's got like 36 zillion views on YouTube. I think people know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I remember this guy, when people were talking Star Wars, people were throwing this guy's name out there, saying he should do the new Star Wars movie. I think a lot of people are going to be taking those statements back.
Yeah, but he signed on for the new Alien before he released this, so he got his golden parachute.
Well, we know that they made a good trailer. I'll give him that.
Yeah. Well, Elysium had a great trailer too, but again, visual director.
Yes.
You give me a great visual director, I could cut you a good trailer.
Absolutely.
A good movie, that's not a problem.
If it's a bad script, it's a bad movie.
Yeah,
people can't save it.
My hope for Alien is that he wrote these last two movies himself. I'm hoping Aliens, they bring a writer and let him take care of the visuals and all that, but let's get it better right now.
Yeah, but it was super poor marketing, and I also blame the Australian
Chappie
chipmunk.
could have saved Alien.
What do you mean?
I mean that because that's a good point. People can say that he is a wonderful visual director, but this is going to set up red flags for him. Like he did. Some of his star power was taken away. And it wasn't taken away, I don't think, on the visual aspect or how he can make something look, but there is now doubt there for the stories he's willing to tell. Yeah. And so for Alien, it might be more incentive to bring more people on.
Yeah, no, I agree. I've been saying this about Michael Bay, by the way. The guy knows how to direct action scenes. Hire a great director to take care of the acting, the story, and whenever they need, action scenes, just bring on Bay as a technical person. He doesn't need to be directing movies.
Australian chipmunk hair. He blew it.
Yeah, poor Hugh Jackman. And that's the thing. This movie had a great cast, and I'm hearing that they're just wasted.
He was miscast.
Unfortunate. Well, let's get into our international
Sniper, though.
numbers.
Sniper.
Oh, we can't.
You know what? Let's hold on.
We're gonna hold on for that real quick.
We have a new engineer today, Jonathan. So
Sorry
usually
about that one.
it's all right. We'll do international numbers. We gave him when we do international game,
Yes.
play the clip. He heard international numbers.
Although me and JT
confused.
love the song.
Yeah, we do love that song. We will be playing it very soon. So, but yeah, let's get international numbers.
And we'll also bring up the fact that, Happy made a point. We should talk a little bit about American Sniper.
Yeah, number one all time.
Which 2014. Number one, finally outplaced Mockingjay.
Mm-hmm.
We've been talking, JT, you predicted that first, I believe, that it was going to overtake it.
It was at the trajectory. I was going to do it. It was just a matter of time. I'm surprised as anybody else. I mean, yeah, I saw it coming,
Everybody
but
is.
if you asked anybody, American Sniper would be the number one movie of last year, you'd be like, you're crazy.
I think it's
R-rated military movie.
It just really bodes well for cinema. It
does.
It proves you don't have to have these idiots flying around and jumping, disappearing, and superhero bullshit all the time. Where this is a real story. I made a ton of money, and I'm glad it happened.
It's Americana.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. Well, that is now it has finally passed it. It can now be said. Good job, Clint Eastwood.
It was crazy. It was
Congrats to
Guardians for a while, then it was Mockingjay.
And it's $500 million worldwide.
Sniper. No one. I really want to now hear the Clint Eastwood perspective on how he feels about what he saw this movie making. And
he's not even going to talk anymore. He's just going to walk around with his underwear.
He's directing Guardians too now.
I know.
Yeah, he's going to walk around.
Right.
I'd walk around naked if I was him.
Okay, let's try this
bottomless.
one more time, though. International numbers.
All right, here we go.
Here we go. Big Hero 6 added 19.6 million this weekend, which brings the total to 383.5 million. So that is now ranking second all-time among Disney Pixar movies.
That's a lot of money.
It could pass Frozen in the next week.
Oh, it will. And I'm
Big Hero
glad.
6?
Yeah, Big Hero 6.
International.
International, yeah.
Yeah.
But listen, it's going to, because like I said this last week, Frozen, all the little girls and moms want to go see that movie.
Yep.
And now many of the boys are running to go see Frozen. I'm sure the parents brought them. Some are skipping to the theater to see it. But listen,
that's great planning.
Yeah.
1 year after the next, they did it. You look at it. You made Little Girl Story. Now let's go to the opposite side. They're still banking on all the Frozen stuff. Nothing's taken over for it. They have the Disneyland park going crazy. They still have merchandise for that. They haven't eliminated any of those products. That's just still building. Now they've started its counterpart. They just
exactly
go back and forth.
It's riding the superhero craze, which is insane right now.
It makes all sense.
Perfect. This movie on paper probably got greenlit on the first sentence.
Well,
Perfect plan.
Absolutely.
All right, and then Kingsman, the Secret Service, continued to put up impressive numbers internationally. It's R-rated, and it's a book adaptation. And it's a book. It's actually a comic.
The R-rated comic book adaptation.
It says R-rated comic book adaptation added 17 million for a new total of 150.3 million dollars.
I had the pleasure of meeting Sofia Butera.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that was crazy.
She's a special specimen.
She plays the girl in the movie with the
we had
blades
she's
legs.
a really nice girl. We had a nice in-depth conversation.
Did she say anything about? Did she give any stories about the movie or anything?
No, she's gonna. We think we're gonna get her on the main show.
Awesome.
Wonderful.
That's amazing. Let me tell you something.
Gazelle. She plays Gazelle.
Yes.
I'm really looking forward to the sequel to this movie because apparently the plot is they meet the counter American agents. That's the rumors for the sequel. Is
Oh wow.
They go to America and they meet America's secret servicemen, which I'm totally curious to see how he interprets that. It's
interesting.
It's what I've always wanted: a Mission Impossible James Bond crossover.
I'm into that.
I've always wanted Ethan Hawke and James Bond to just team up for some crazy movie.
I'm into that.
How amazing would that be?
That would be great. I'm on board for that.
Hire Keanu and Liam Neeson.
No, we haven't gotten to that yet.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about that later.
Yeah.
All right. Playing in 59 markets, the international sensation 50 Shades of Grey took in 17.7 million this weekend. So that's holding first place in Germany for the fourth week in a row.
Wow.
And it's now earned over 527 million worldwide and should end up with about 560 million.
Just shows you how much the world is sex starved.
Sex
It's just
star?
It really
really
is
fun.
sex starved.
I feel like 50 Shades of Grey was a huge phenomenon here.
For a weekend.
The lead up to it is crazy. Everyone was talking about it after it came up. I would give it more than a weekend because then people still had to talk about it for the next week. And now I haven't heard it mentioned in days. No one talks about it.
Still a lot of money though. 500 worldwide is just absolutely unbelievable.
I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know if it's really that It's not that graphic sexually, right?
I just made a big mistake. I should have, instead of waiting outside the American theaters, I should have been overseas outside.
Yes.
Next year.
That would have helped.
50
All
Shades.
right.
What is 50 Shades 2 called? Is it just called 50
50
Shades?
Shades Darker.
Oh,
And the
my
third
God.
one
Yeah,
is
it's all
50
black
Shades.
cast.
And
What's the third one?
It's all
the
black
third one
cast.
is... That's not funny.
That's horrible. What's the third one?
I'm
The
kidding.
third one is 50 Shades Freed.
Wow, what a weird... Those titles are
That's
not
an all
very good.
Spanish cast. That's good for you. You might be in that.
I'm getting the third one. Great. No. All right. Well, let's go on and stop talking about 50 Shades of Grey and talk about Chappie, which, along with opening in here in the U.S., it also had an international debut in 53 markets. It earned an estimated $13.7 million. Most markets are still to come, so it still hasn't hit Australia, it still hasn't hit South Korea, Mexico, Spain. Those are all next weekend, and then Italy, Brazil, and Japan will be later.
It'll make its money up here.
That's the thing. Like, these movies aren't going to be a total failure because I don't think Chappie had a huge budget, number one.
No, it was like 30 something.
Yeah, so it's going to do okay. But,
Sony says that they were predicting this number. I find it hard to believe.
No, there's no way they were predicting
I think
this.
they were hoping at least 20. You would think at least 20.
At least.
I would
they would
say,
be jumping
like-
for joy for that.
I would have guessed the 24 ballpark.
I mean, yeah, 25.
Just
But
the top out.
The
$40
budget
million.
for Chappie is about 50, but that's not with P&A.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, I
That's
think
just with production.
every time I think the last two movies especially, they're hoping for a District 9 level hit. That thing broke out on a very small budget, his lowest budget.
It's got a Best Picture nod.
And it got a Best Picture nod, and it was a huge successful hit.
So he's due for one failure.
And his last two just haven't been able to replicate that.
No. All right, let's go into Unfinished Business, which rolled out in also 15 international markets. It earned $2.6 million.
Wow.
Opened 8th place in the UK with $1.4 million, and opened below $500,000 in Australia and below $300,000 in Russia.
All that money is for Tom Wilkinson.
So far, no one's really liking it, or at least spending money on it. The movie is going to be forgotten about very soon.
Yeah, in Russia, it's called Finished Business, not Unfinished. Just finished.
I'd be more appropriate with the title.
Yeah.
With the way it's
done.
performing.
Now.
All right,
Now we're gonna do the international game.
Break out the Rosetta Stone, because it's time for the international title game.
Al esfuerzo y al heroísmo de una revolución, no lo queremos.
Sarah always gets a kick out of JT.
Always. The enthusiasm never ends. Every single
It's
time.
a ball. It's a big
And
ball
also
of
I've
energy.
noticed it's the exact same choreographed movements that he does
Well,
pretty
you know,
much
I
every
study
week.
them in a mirror all week, for hours.
he cut it and he, he made it.
I didn't make it.
So there it is.
All right, let's get into our game. Please take
do
us
this.
away. We are picking the title that is false.
Correct. Out of the 4. And we're going back to China again. This is just so
Are
good.
they all China?
Yeah, all China.
Oh, great.
These are our
All
favorites.
China, all the time.
All right, so 4 titles
Yes.
Okay.
translated.
3 are real, 1 is fake.
What is fake?
Coming from the land of
China.
make-believe, a.k.a. China.
I believe. Okay, go ahead.
Flatliners.
Oh, I love that movie.
The Kiefer Sutherland, Julia Roberts classic.
Let's not
Okay.
forget Kevin Bacon.
Yes.
Can't forget Kevin Bacon.
Do not break the yin and the yang.
That actually makes some sense if you know the story of the movie.
But
China.
would they really call it that?
Yeah.
That's a question.
Maybe.
like really?
Yeah.
That's what they're gonna call it? No, it's fake.
Next.
China again, obviously.
Obviously, China, yep.
A troll in Central Park.
Oh, I remember that one.
I don't remember
You
that
don't remember that? Didn't he have a green thumb?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dwarfs
kinda scary.
have more fun.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
China again.
Of course.
Really?
Of course.
Big, this is a B movie. Big tit zombies.
Wait, this is an actual movie.
Is that a
Yes.
real movie?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
It's one of Tarantino's favorites.
I didn't see that.
It's a
Tarantino
Tarantino. It's a Tarantino.
They're going to play it on the Beverly over there.
Okay, cool.
Busty war zombies.
Okay. That different?
China. again.
I just don't think that movie exists. I think that whole movie is a lie.
Multiplicity, the Michael Keaton classic.
Not I don't know
Where he
about
probably
classic.
he should have won his Oscar for that.
I don't know about that.
He played like 5 different characters. It was amazing. Hattie McDowell.
But there
was
were
in it.
5 bad characters.
Yeah, maybe.
He should got 5 Razzie nominations.
My husband is everywhere, and I'm sick of it.
Andy McDowell played the wife. In that.
Yes, she did. So once again, we'll
My husband is everywhere, and I am sick of it.
Yeah.
That is a very long title.
Okay. Well, now we'll go. I'm gonna
All
run that
right,
again.
so let's run down real quick, and then we'll make our choice.
Flatliners, keep your Southern classic. Do not break the yin and the yang.
I believe that one.
A troll in Central Park. Dwarfs have more fun.
Okay.
Big tit zombies.
Yes.
Busty war zombies.
I believe. Oh, man.
Multiplicity, the Michael Keaton classic, but not according to Josh. My husband is everywhere, and I'm sick of it.
All right, this is a tough one. I think the first one's actually real. For me, it's 2 and 3 that might be fake. Let's let the new engineer, Jonathan.
Yeah.
Which
You
one
have to
Which
pick
one of those
first.
do you think is fake, Jonathan?
Which one of those I think is fake?
Yeah.
I don't want the fourth or the third one to be fake. I'm gonna say the title for Multiplicity is probably fake.
Okay.
It just seems a little off from the movie.
All
Okay.
right. All right. That's a
'Cause
good,
she didn't know he was
for most of the
multiplying
movie. That's
himself.
true.
Yeah, but the Chinese people did.
Chinese did right
They knew
away.
it.
That's
All right.
because they built it.
Yeah, they knew it.
All right, I will go ahead and say the troll in Central Park. I think dwarf and troll doesn't. It's not. I see where. I think I could see you making that one up.
Okay.
Go ahead.
That's going to be the most random one if that's the one he made up.
That's usually
I'm
the
going to
way
go
it
with the
goes.
first one.
You're going with the first one, yin and
going-
yang.
yeah, I
wow.
just-
Don't
Okay.
break the yin and the yang. That's what China's about.
I'm still going to go
Now
with
you
that.
got me thinking that's the fake one.
I already said it.
No,
right.
actually, no, I'm not.
something.
No, he's not cheating.
I am
not
so
cheating.
good at this game.
He's not.
How did you know that?
Because dwarf and troll, that is, first of all, offensive.
Well, I mean,
And yeah, China could have made it up. So, but I'm just like, I can't see that. I can't see that translation working to the same thing. I feel like it would be like Dragon Goblin or something.
I gotta know. Someone from China, please call me up and where do they come up with
Don't
these
call,
names?
email
Is it a culminative effort, like
We are
by a
taking
bunch of
calls,
people
though,
in a
at
think
the
tank
end.
that come up with these names, or is it just one guy who's like somewhere drunk and was like, "Hey Billy, what's the name?" Or "Hey Zhang, what's the name of the Multiplicity?" He's like, "I seen that. Yeah, my wife is crazy, and yeah, I'm sick of it." That's the name. Like, oh yeah, perfect. Is that it?
If you are
have no
listening
idea.
in China, actually do call us. We will be taking calls towards the end of the show.
Yeah.
I would love to hear your opinion on some of these.
Yeah,
or if you're
Jack.
from China and you live in America, let us know.
Yeah, Josh wins again.
Yeah, thank you.
There we go.
I honestly thought that was one of the hardest ones for me because I was going to go 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And I went with the 2 because of the dwarf and troll. I just,
Oh, okay.
it's mad science.
The Troll in Central
I'm
Park. If
awful at
anybody
this
hasn't
game.
seen it, they should watch it.
I've never
immediately.
seen that movie.
As well as Big Tit Zombies. That's good too.
All right, let's get
Some
into our
trailers on IMDb.
Hey, let's get into our top 5 grossing Vince Vaughn
Yeah.
movies.
We chose this because it was his worst. Let's remember the good times that Vince Vaughn has given us.
Yeah, we're trying to.
We're trying to
We're
look-
not,
yeah.
we're not going to stomp all over Unfinished
because
Business. This
let
is
me-
like the silver lining.
I don't blame Vince Vaughn really for Unfinished Business. I mean, I blame his agent, and maybe he's not picking the right roles. But it's not like when I see a movie that's not good to him, I don't blame him. 'Cause
No.
he's such a likable guy.
He
And
is, but he's toast now. Nobody cares about that anymore.
That's why he needs to go back to do some more stuff like Old School Winning Crashers,
Nice.
where he's partnered up with somebody. I mean, Internship was not very good, but again, I kind of enjoyed it.
That was horrible.
I kind of enjoyed it just because of those two's chemistry.
I guess you're right, but
I
he
didn't
needs a
see it,
he
so I
needs
cannot
a
speak.
reconnaissance.
Yeah, he does. Well, he's doing True Detective season
Yeah,
2.
that's what I'm saying.
There we go. It's
right.
starting. All right, well, let's do number 5, The Breakup.
That's what he should be doing as an agent right now.
18.7
The Breakup.
But The Breakup, what was that? That was Jennifer Aniston?
Yeah.
That's
Jennifer
what everybody-
Aniston, and they were like sharing an apartment,
Yeah.
but then they break up and they were still living together for a while.
I recently rewatched this. It was on HBO not too long ago, and I was just bored, and I watched it. It still holds up pretty well. It's not the happiest movie.
Well, Jennifer Anderson, her character Brooke gets a Telly Savalas
Yes, that's
Okay.
right. From her boss.
in real life.
What?
In real life,
Yeah.
and Jennifer Anderson's godfather was Telly Savalas.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
did
probably a
not
little
know
Easter
that.
egg.
Yeah,
There you go.
I do the Telly Savalas all the time too. So
I had no idea.
This movie was a big hit, number one, obviously. I think it was when Aniston and Vaughn were both towards the height of their career, and they ended up being a couple afterwards.
supposedly,
And it started on this movie, apparently, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
supposedly for a little bit.
Supposedly.
Obviously, it wasn't like a long.
It wasn't a long thing, yeah.
She
public
went
thing, but there
slumming for
was
a
some
little bit.
sort of a fling.
I wonder if that added to it a little bit.
Oh, I'm sure.
It had to, right?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
You're with each other constantly for that long, and they have chemistry. Great, wonderful.
yeah, it's
All right, Four Christmases, number 4, $120 million.
I am surprised this movie made that much money.
I agree with you.
Reese Witherspoon.
Well, they both dialed it in. They
was a
hated
bit-
each other on set.
Did they really?
Oh yeah, he didn't even
really?
do any promotion for this. They, I think he tried to hook up with her, and she was like, no. And then it went off the rails, and you could tell the movie is lifeless.
Yeah.
It's not good. I watched it and I remember just thinking, "Oh my god, and this is funny." It just felt so like corporate paint by numbers comedy. They released it around the holidays just to cash in on that whole holiday family thing. It was bad. I honestly can't remember much. I saw it. I don't even remember that much.
It
from
was the movie about.
Four
They
Christmases.
typically were a
Kwanzaa.
couple. They were a couple.
Christmas.
No, they were a couple
Hanukkah and the other one.
who always went on vacation over Christmas.
Yep.
And like would make lies to their family, and then they like get on the news one time, and the family finds out they're not on vacation. They're available to come to the holidays, so they have to go to all of them.
It's just that tired trope of gotta see the in-laws and the relatives on the holidays, and they're all kooky characters somehow.
And you'll
Just
see
can't be
that
an all
again this
family.
year as well.
Probably
And
somewhere.
again, and again, and
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, well, I have to say, Four Christmases, nah. Breakup, nah.
Yeah, nah.
But this movie, number 3, I
you a fan?
do like. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith, $186 million. Why are you so surprised that I like this movie?
No, I liked it too. I was just thinking is, like we said, the breakup. Vince and Jennifer got a little thing going. It happened in a big way on Mr. and Mrs. Smith with Brad and Angelina.
Correct.
Which led to the breakup of Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston.
Yep. See what we do here? We connect the dots.
We connect the dots. But this was a very fun movie, directed by Doug Liman, the guy who directed Bourne and Edge of Tomorrow last year. This is a fun movie. I don't think it's like a great movie, but I think it's a movie I could watch anytime and have a good time with.
It's just such a fun, like, sit on your couch, like, you can watch it 100 times movie. It's just entertaining.
100 times, wow. You
I've
really
watched
like
this
one?
movie a lot.
Wow.
I like it. It's really entertaining.
Well,
I don't even think I got through it.
speaking of Vince Vaughn, he was one of my favorite things in the movie. Just this guy who's like,
See, that's what he plays. Those good
he plays
characters.
he's just a kooky character who's just kind of like he's like, she's nuts, she's gonna kill, and I just,
This movie was supposed to
This
be
is
an
what I love him
R-rated.
doing.
It was supposed to be R-rated.
I think there was an R-rated cut, on DVD actually.
There's an R-rated cut, but they wanted a wider, audience, so
Yeah.
they went to PG-13. But it was an R because it was a really steamy sex scene between Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, where they were like really. I think he pulled a Mickey Rourke. I think they were actually having sex, and they're like, we cannot show this. And I think that's actually where they fell in love.
You mentioned Mickey Rourke. Did this happen in a movie of his? Like,
What are we talking about? Every movie. Even if there isn't a chick in the movie, he's having sex with somebody. For real. He's the best.
All right. We're going to go to the next one on that note. Number 2, Wedding Crashers.
Oh, yes.
$209 million. Really made this duo.
I love this movie. I saw this in theaters a couple weeks before it came out at a sold-out pre-screening, which they do to like test audiences.
Sure.
People were dying. You couldn't even hear half the jokes. People were laughing so hard from the scene before. The whole motorboat scene where he's talking to Owen Wilson. He's like, "You motorboat him?"
Yeah.
Like, people were dying. And this was where I've always thought Vince Vaughn is a comedic actor from old school and stuff, but this was like him at his peak.
Yeah.
His peak comedic performance for me is Wedding Crashers.
It was written for that guy, that like happy-go-lucky guy. It was perfect for him.
And
I'm not a huge fan, but it was good.
You're not a huge fan of the movie? Oh, really?
No, I don't like Owen Wilson.
Why? I think Owen Wilson's great when a certain role comes around.
Just,
I agree.
He's okay.
Okay, well, I think about this movie, I think the reason why I made $209 million, not only was it hilarious, but it had that love story for the girls. So it wasn't just ha-has. It was actually a sweet story, well told, I thought. And
Jane
Rachel
Seymour.
McAdams,
Yeah, she looked good in that movie.
she was really good in this. Christopher Walken was great.
He's always
Isla
good.
Fisher.
Yeah, Isla Fisher. Oh, yeah, this was kind of her breakout movie.
Jane Seymour.
Jane Seymour, and Will Ferrell has like one of the best cameos when he's at the
Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper is
Bradley Cooper is in it.
Before his chin job.
I didn't know he had chin
Before
job.
he was really big at all.
Oh yeah, at all. And this is the movie, like, when you go back and watch it, you're like, oh, it's Bradley Cooper. He's hilarious in this. But that Will Ferrell, and the scene at the funeral, he's like, Roger! Damn you, Roger!
It was.
He's just got two beautiful girls.
It's a movie that really has held up.
Maybe I need to revisit it.
There you go.
Yeah, revisit it.
All right, and number 1 on the list, Jurassic Park,
Without
The
a
Lost
question.
World, $229 million.
And this is when Vince Vaughn was trying to be a serious actor back in the early days. He was in movies like Clay Pigeons, Domestic Disturbance, which he played like the villain. He did a movie I think called Broken Down Palace, where he's about these two girls that get arrested overseas. And he's like a lawyer. Then Jurassic Park. He's a side character. He's not making. I don't think he makes a joke in the whole movie. Maybe like one offbeat joke.
The story was Spielberg. They wanted to use the Jaws theme in Swingers.
Oh, really?
You know, when they're going through the club, it's like dan 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 dan. And Spielberg's like, let me see the movie. He was so interested in Vince Vaughn, he gave him the role in Jurassic Park.
That makes sense because this wasn't long after Swingers. This, I mean,
it was 96 Swingers, and this was 97 or something like that.
There you go.
Swingers, opened the gate for him and Jon Favreau.
Absolutely.
Huge. And he had a choice. He even though he started with that comedic film, he really went the opposite way with it and was trying to do like more dramatic kind of serious stuff. And I think he eventually, towards old schools, when he kind of went back to the comedy roots, and that's where he found his niche.
And Julianne Moore only did this movie because she wanted to have enough money for her divorce settlement.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She didn't want to do the movie. She was like, I don't want to do this. They're like, here's the money. They're like, yeah, that'll pay off my divorce settlement.
That's hard to believe. I feel like if anybody was offered a sequel to Jurassic Park, they would take it.
No, she didn't want to do it. She's an actress.
Yeah, she was in Assassins.
Yeah, that's
Great
true.
movie.
She also was just in The Seventh Son.
Oh.
Well, maybe she's got another divorce. She's paying for something.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that is our top 5 list for the week. Thank you, Vince Vaughn, for giving us some great movies. We'll forgive you now for your unfinished business flop. All right, upcoming films. We've got a few to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like the juggernaut of the weekend is going to obviously... You don't think?
No, I do. Juggernaut's a strong word. Well, actually, that's not true. It's Disney. It's Cinderella.
It's
That's
Disney.
gonna get
It's
millions
Cinderella,
in the seats.
and it has like pretty good reviews on like Rotten Tomatoes.
Really?
I want to say it's at like 90%.
Is it really? Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I'm really interested because I think they have done so much marketing for Cinderella. It's been going on for months.
Really? I haven't seen much for it. Well, again, probably not what I'm watching.
Well, yeah, you're not watching Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
They have been advertising for it like crazy.
Raw.
They've had the girl
Who's the
playing
main girl
Cinderella.
again?
What is her name?
She's a newcomer. She's no one.
Yeah, Lily something or something.
I totally forget what her name is, but she's been doing the whole press tour. There's been like
What's a big
there's
role?
been like things about her waist being too small. Like it's just
Really?
been all
I've
over the
seen that.
press.
Is she not albino? Is she not albino, right?
No,
She's not? I thought she was an
I
albino.
don't know what you're talking about.
It's directed by Kenneth Branagh. The guy did Thor. His last movie was the Jack Ryan reboot, which didn't really work out for Chris Pine.
No.
He's a good director. I don't think he's a great director, but I think he's a solid director. The trailers, I mean, it looks like Cinderella. My thing is when I see these trailers, I'm like, just go rent the original.
Yeah.
Rent the animated film.
But who knows? Because I think that they haven't portrayed it as a musical of any sorts.
No, it's
and the
actually-
original film
it's like a
or the
different tale
Disney
on it.
film is completely. It's a short movie. Disney animated classics are not long. They're typically less than an hour and a half.
If she meets the prince,
And
he
they,
puts on a
like, are
gold
half
slipper and they call it a
singing.
day.
So they do have to add more unless they're going to go with the musical route.
The thing is, like, something that absolutely killed last year was Maleficent. And but you have Angelina Jolie, and you're doing something different. It's like the other side of the story. I thought maybe when I heard about the Cinderellas, they were going to do something along those lines. So when I saw it was just like straight up kind of reimagining, I was like, okay, well, didn't really make sense to me. But listen, kids are going to eat it up.
And and their families are going to go.
Yeah.
Yes, Lily James is her name.
Lily
is
James, yeah.
going to be what they're labeling as Ella instead of Cinderella on a lot of
Yeah, it's
services.
hip hop. It's hip hop.
But you have Richard Madden, who's Game of Thrones. You have Cate Blanchett, who everyone
Cate
loves and
Blanchett's,
adores.
yeah. She'll
You've
kill.
got Helena Bonham Carter coming in as the
Oh,
fairy
she in there?
godmother.
I didn't know she was in there.
Yes.
She's going to have wild hair. She's going to have
producer?
smoked out eyes and like be creepy.
And, it's got a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. this could be a really big movie. You don't know. It's a little bit shrouded in mystery. I don't know even what they're changing about this story, but that might enable some curiosity for people to go
She's an
see.
albino.
Listen, Disney and Cinderella, the name alone will make it #1 this weekend. Easy.
There we go, and has a very wide release. Also coming out in a wide release is going to be Run All Night.
Yeah.
Hello, Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
We've missed you.
For like a week.
Exactly. Except for it looks like, I mean, we've seen so much of Liam Neeson. If you go through, his 2014 was crazy.
He did
nonstop. He was in Lego. He was a voice in Lego Movie. He was in A Million Ways to Die in the West. He was in Walk Amongst the Tombstones, Taken 3.
Schindler's List 2.
Was Nonstop last year also?
Nonstop
It was, yeah.
was last year. Yeah, I already
Jesus.
said that. But like in 2015, he only really has Run All Night on the list and Ted 2, and then it jumps on to IMDb. It jumps to 2016 with A Monster Calls in Silence.
I mean,
So.
these movies that he's been bringing out lately, they look interchangeable.
Yes.
Nonstop, Run All
completely.
Night, Tombstone.
Just change the title. It's the same poster.
Same poster,
You don't need
exactly.
to do anything.
Trench coat, cell phone,
Yelling at a cell
badass
phone.
talking, killing everybody in the movie, including like people working on set.
In all
everything.
these movies, he is in a trench coat, on the phone, in the rain at night,
Yes.
talking, yelling at somebody really serious.
Yes.
The problem with it is, again, I think it's oversaturated. I feel like I've seen this movie already, and I've only seen a few trailers. Now, who knows? Maybe it could be good, but I think it's at the point now where it's just going to be kind of lost in the shuffle.
You never know. And his numbers have been going down. I mean, Walks Amongst the Tombstones opened to 12.7. Yeah, you got the 40 with Taken 3, but that's a franchise. So,
And to his credit, Walk Among Tombstones was not a bad movie.
No.
But
It's the
as
same
I
thing.
was watching, I did feel like, it's just, they should have put all these movies, all these nonstop Tombstones, this movie, these should have just been like his character from Taken and other stories.
Yeah, this
and
is
then make it a series like
True.
Jack
Something.
Ryan.
This is his third collaboration with this dude. I'm sure the movie's okay. I mean, I'm sure it's fine. What is
It's
it? Is it Warner Brothers? Is it Warner Brothers, right?
Probably.
I'm
I mean,
pretty sure it
listen,
is.
if he's okay with making okay movies, then sure, but
Look,
I don't know.
he wants money. So does everybody.
That's true. He's not making Rob Roy 2.
Run All
anytime
Night
soon.
is Warner Brothers. Action, rated R. There you go. And the genre is Hitman Assassin. Who would have guessed?
Yeah, it takes place in one day. It's like Judgment Night or something like that.
Oh, I love Judgment Night.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
I love that movie.
Yeah, we'll see. It's going to be a very telling film for them.
Yep.
I hope it does fine because I'm sure it's not a bad movie. It's just we've seen it a lot.
Taken
We don't
3 was
need to
just
see it
out not that
again.
long ago, and I feel like it was
No.
just, oh my God.
Not at
These
all.
movies are-
Same
All
thing.
right, well, we've
Turn
got
out.
2 more to talk about on the upcoming list. This one people seem to be excited about. It Follows.
Yes.
It is a horror movie. It is written and directed, or it's directed by the same guy who did The Myth of the American Sleepover, which was in 2011 and was... Critics loved it.
Yeah.
It was like 80%. I don't think it was big amongst audiences, but it definitely got some critical acclaim. So now we've got him coming back with It Follows. People are excited about It Follows. It also has upwards of 90% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Good surprise.
It had a lot of good
It's
work.
very limited, though.
Yeah, that's well, these last 2 movies we're about to talk about.
Yeah.
Very limited. This movie has a lot of word of mouth just from the film festivals, and
Yes.
I have not actually watched a trailer for it because when I hear movies like this, which this kind of reminds me of The Babadook, which came out last fall,
Yeah, great.
And people
loved it. I like to see these kind of horror
Donk.
movies that are actually getting good words. I don't like to look too much into them because I just feel like horror movies, for me, more than any other movie, are the ones I kind of like to go on a little more, not watching trailer and a little blind to what the story's going to be. I saw Paranormal Activity, the first one, without seeing anything I just heard it was good. It was a good horror movie. I knew nothing going in, and I thought it was
I
phenomenal.
think that's a good way to see horror movies,
Yeah.
actually. This one has a 98% on Rotten
How many
Tomatoes.
theaters, though? How many theaters?
It's going to be tiny. This one's coming out to...
Probably 1,500.
I think it just says limited.
What, like Marigold? I mean, 1,500, or is it like 500? It could be 500.
It could be, yeah. It might just
Look
be
up
New
box
York.
office.
It might just be New York and
I'm
LA.
going.
It might be like the Babadook. Babadook opened in New York, LA, in very small theaters, and then
Right.
it didn't even really get that wide of a release.
No, it didn't.
But we'll see.
It
Yeah.
follows just as saying limited, so that's meaning it's less than like 1,000.
Yeah.
Because if it says
so-
1,500, it'll say 1,500.
Okay.
But and then our final one, also in limited release, is going to be The Cobbler. The Cobbler, if you haven't heard of it, is an Adam Sandler indie tiny movie where he's basically playing, who would have guessed, a cobbler who tries on shoes and then becomes that person.
Yeah.
Whoever shoes he's
great
trying
premise.
on. It's a really nice premise. It's also interesting because I always find like it's an Adam Sandler movie and obviously he has to be a big part of it, but a grand amount of this movie is played by other actors because he's in their shoes and looks like them.
Like Method Man and just a couple other people.
Yeah. Also, let me just say how It Follows started in the film festival circuit and had really good reviews. The Cobbler has not gotten really good reviews.
No.
Cobbler's gotten
in the film festival.
Not
bad
You're
reviews.
saying really good. Yeah, it has gotten
Bad.
horrible reviews. Rotten Tomatoes 0%.
Dustin Hoffman's in it.
Is he really?
Yeah.
I know Steve Buscemi is also.
Yeah,
which
Buscemi,
is,
Dustin Hoffman.
I think there's a contract. Steve Buscemi has to appear in every Sailor movie, though.
Yeah, that's true.
My thing with this movie is I saw the trailer, and when I saw the trailer, I was like, this is a fun premise, just like you said. But when you hear all the negative reviews, it's kind of like, okay, well, they tried something, and it didn't work.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like Adam Sandler. I like when he tries to go outside the box. Look, Punch Drunk Love is great.
Correct.
Men, Women, and Children was okay last year. Again, I like that he's actually venturing out to these more serious movies. Yeah. Because he's proven he can do it. Like Reign Over Me and Spanglish.
Well, look. I mean, you gotta. What I don't understand is how Jack and Jill and Blended get like big, giant, wide releases, and like movies that like actually might be okay because those movies are horrible. Even though they're saying this one's horrible too. I'm not a Sandler fan. I don't watch anything he does. You know what? He was good in the early movies, like
a lot of people are in that
classic
same boat.
But now it's just like it seems like they don't even have a script when they show up, and they're like, "Hey, what do you guys want to do?" I'm like, I don't know. Let's go bring some ink dye
I agree
and
that
paint a pool.
this is a good premise. It has a good shot. I think that. I've also seen the trailers. The trailers are good. It seems like there's some B plot about some crime or some something
that's
going
where it
on.
probably goes,
and I think
haywire.
that's where it's probably falling apart. But I might give this movie a shot. I might go see it.
This is one of those movies because it's such a small film. It will be on Netflix or something like that within a couple months, and I'll probably check it out and give it a shot. But I'm not going to run out to
I go to
see it.
So
Cobblers all the
guys,
time.
we are going into our prediction section, and then we're going to take a couple of calls. So get ready. I went first last week because you guys tried to put the pressure on, and I won.
And you won it.
So I will go back to my lovely courtesy of giving you both the starting picks.
What's his name? Honus Wegner, the guy, or
he
Honus
tied.
Taylor. He tied, but you have to win.
He should have stuck with his gut because
Yes,
if he'd stuck with his gut, he would have been like right
4 or 5.
on
He would have been 4 or 5.
4 or 5, and he would have won.
Because he's like Kingsman. Everybody's like, ooh, he's like, no, not Kingsman. You should just always go at your first intuition.
Yeah.
I always do that.
But we tied. Looking out, Teo. We'll get to calls later. All right, let's talk about this next upcoming weekend. Who is going first? JD or Tom?
I'll go first.
Yeah, go ahead. This is a tough one.
Yeah, this is a really tough one.
This is a tough one.
This is not easy at all. Man, Chappie is terrible. Focus is in second. We got Cinderella. You got Up All Night, and you probably have. Well, SpongeBob is toast now because obviously Cinderella's going to take away.
Well, they call it Up All Night. It's Run All Night.
Yeah, that too. I was up all night.
Up All Night is a totally different movie, a different category.
Yeah, it is.
Go
It's
ahead.
in China. I'm going to go with number... Shoot.
Are
you sorry, 5 to 1?
Yeah, are you going 1 to 5 or 5
It
to 1?
Let's go 5
It
to
might.
1.
Oh, I was like, because sometimes when I
like to go 1 to 5.
I personally feel like when it's a really tight race and when you're talking about movies being in a gap between a million, it's easier for me to go to 1 to 5.
Yep.
When some weekends it's like you're talking about $5 million gaps and it's a lot.
I mean, this
Go
could
5
be
to 1.
the week where Liam Neeson, goes into Mordecai Vaughn
really? You
territory.
think so? Wow.
But maybe not, though. Okay, here we go. Number 5, let's go with Kingsman.
Okay.
Okay.
Kingsman for this
Interesting.
past weekend was at 8.3 million with a 30% drop.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's go with number 4. Focus.
Focus, okay.
Okay.
Kingsman,
Yeah.
Focus.
Number 3, I am gonna go with. The second exotic marigold.
Okay.
Okay.
Damn it, this is a tough one. 2, Chappie,
Okay.
Okay.
and 1 Cinderella.
So you have dropped out Run All Night.
I don't think it's going to make any money. I think it'll make like $5 million bucks.
So you've got Cinderella, you've got Chappie, you've got Marigolds, you've got Focus, and then you're rounding up the 5 with Kingsman.
I still think Kingsman can hang around. It's people,
dropped
people
off,
like this flick.
So dropping off Run All Night and dropping off SpongeBob.
All right, I'll go.
Okay.
Number 1, Cinderella. Obviously.
Okay.
There's no question there. I'm going to give...
I don't think it does too much, though. I don't think it does like $40 million. I think it does like maybe... I think it does the teens.
All right. Well,
maybe 22.
I'm going to give number 2 to Run All Night because there's nothing really action heavy besides Chappie, and the word of mouth on that is going to destroy it. 13 million opening weekend. Guess what? It's going to go down to like 5 or 7. It's gonna bomb. So I'm giving Run All Night to number 2. Number 3, this is where it gets tough. I'm gonna stick with second best Exotic Hotel. I don't think it's gonna move. I think it's gonna stay right there.
I think so too.
Number 4, I will go Focus. I think it's still, it's Will Smith. It's still that adult audience that still might see it. There's some, when I'm looking at the marquee, I'm like, that's different than everything else that's out there.
Right.
And then number 5, I'll go Kingsman.
So basically, we're almost the same except for Run All Night.
I think you kind of picked pretty much also my list.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cinderella.
Well, then you guys just we know what we do. We have to guess.
On the number 1 movie,
yeah,
how
we
much
have
it
to
makes.
guess. We have to start doing that now.
Let's see. Well, like Cinderella, it's going to be up there. It's going to have a lot of money.
Yeah. It's a vacuum.
Run All Night. This is what it needs to do. Like for if you're going to keep Marigold at number 3, that means you need it to drop maybe like 20% and like be at like 7.5. So it's like, what do you think is going to make more than 7.5? And I think Run All Night can do it. I don't think it's going to make a lot, but I do think it's probably going to make about 8. So I'm going to do Cinderella, Run All Night, second best, and then...
I switch it up there.
Yeah, this is where I'm... This one's hard.
Yeah, it's not easy.
It's just whether, because if Chappie's at 13 and Chappie drops 50%, which is a big drop.
Yep.
You're going down to 7.5, and Kingsman's been at 8.3, but it's in its 5th week. And then you have...
But the difference is word of mouth.
Word of mouth, but Run All Night's coming in. It's the same audience.
In a way, yeah.
Did you have Kingsman 4, or did you have...
Yeah, he had Kingsman 4.
I had Kingsman 5, I believe.
No, you had Kingsman
I had Focus 4.
You had Focus. No.
No,
Yes,
you had
did.
Chappie.
Yes. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he had the same as mine.
Yeah, that's right.
Focus 4, Kingsman.
Wait, do your whole list
I
again.
had 4. I had Kingsman. I had number 1, Cinderella.
Yeah.
Number 2 is Run All Night. Number 3, Exotic. Number 4, Focus. Number 5, Kingsman.
So you dropped Chappie off.
Yes.
Completely.
I think it's going to fall right out.
Okay, I'm going to then do Kingsman and then Chappie.
Okay.
It's not bad. Do we have somebody on the phone?
All right, those are our lists. Everything's pretty close. We got some really tied in lists. We'll see if we have any callers.
I don't know. Is the Skype up yet there, Jonathan?
No,
Hello,
let me pop that on real
He's
quick.
popping up the Skype right now, guys. So if you're calling in before and you couldn't get in, he's going to throw it up right now, so you will be able to get in.
Nice.
Taking a minute.
We're not. We all got different lists.
This was a tough one.
Okay, I know we all have different lists, and we're all on different pages, so it's not going to be confusing about who's going to win or lose.
I don't want to make the unfinished business mistake again.
What I want to know is now, let's just do Cinderella numbers for fun.
Okay.
Let's just do it for fun. What is you said?
Well, no, it's for real because I mean, look, someone can go 3 for 5, and then we have to do whatever.
Fine.
That's true.
So you're guessing 18, 20.
I'm gonna say 22.
22.
I'm going higher. I'm going higher now. What do you want to go first, Sarah?
I'm calculating real quick with my lovely computer.
I'm gonna just give it a solid 40.
Solid 40.
That's a lot.
I think it's gonna clean up. It's gonna clean up.
Okay.
Look how weak the box office has been last year.
Maleficent opened to 69 million last year. That was that opening. If you look at Into the Woods, let's do some Googling.
Yeah, but it opened on Christmas. It's probably like $12 million.
That's true. It was crazy, but it opened to 30.
Oh, okay.
So you got 30, 69. Feel like that's kind of the same market. There's not been a lot.
I think Cinderella's a bigger property than those other movies you announced, though.
Yes. Maybe you're right. I could be totally blowing it.
Oh, we got some callers on the line.
Yes.
Do we?
Yeah, well, you're looking at us. We'll take a caller.
What are you saying?
Because also SpongeBob opened to like 55. So
Yeah.
I think he might be kind
SpongeBob.
of right. Yeah, this is Cinderella.
That's what I'm saying.
Are you kidding me?
I'm going 40.
I'm gonna go with like, I'm right around you, so I'm gonna say like 38.
Okay. Hey, the closest wins.
All right, close wins. All right,
go.
well, let's take a caller. Who do we got on the line? Welcome to Box Office Breakdown.
Hello.
Hello?
Hey, we hear you.
Hello?
Hey, who do we got?
This is Chris Osterman from Louisville, Kentucky.
Hey, what's up,
Hey,
dude?
Chris.
Nice, man. Kentucky killing it. You guys are going right in NCAA championship.
Yeah, it's looking that way.
Very true. Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
What's up, man? What do you want to talk about box office today?
Undefeated.
He's got his top 5.
Yeah,
Oh.
undefeated.
You got your top 5?
I just wanted to bring up the fact in Kingsman, at the very end of the movie, and this is more designated towards Tom. Your opinions on the last, the princess joke. I know the movie's been getting a lot of slack for that, and people are saying, "Oh, well, it's sexist and misogynistic and all of these things." But I see it as more just a play on the old James Bond films and just sort of stepping it up to the next level, as Matthew Vaughn usually does.
Yeah.
Knowing your love of the female derriere, let's say.
Oh, yeah,
I was
it's the
curious
best.
to get your opinion on this subject.
First, let me just say he has a book in his house called Cheeks. I believe that's what it's called.
No, cheap.
Cheek. It's called Cheek. Yeah. So he's very well known in this category.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm an ass man. I always has been.
Have you seen this movie? Do you know what he's talking about?
What, Kingsman?
Do you know the end scene he's talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Just
mean,
checking.
look. Here's the deal. The more the merrier for me. I dig it. I just don't know why people are so sensitive about things.
I'm gonna agree with you. I don't think it's anything. It's not anything that crazy. It's funny. It is a play on James Bond. Like where the names of the woman were ridiculous. Like it's an R-rated film. This isn't like a kids' film. What
People
is it
need
really that
people need
over
to
the top?
grow up.
There's nothing that crazy
What are we,
about
ISIS here? This is ridiculous.
Well, what I think is kind of crazy about it is that everyone, they kind of, like, people are sort of saying, like, oh, well, James Bond gets the girl at the end. But, I mean, he sleeps with a different girl in every movie. So what's the difference between, having some anal sex at the end of a movie than, having sex with, like, 30 different girls? Like, I don't get it.
I don't get it either. I'm with you. I think that it's people want to find things to overreact to. It's something that causes a stir and they want to put people on sides. Overall, it's really not that big of a deal. People need to relax. I was more happy that they did end with kind of that note and left the other girl as kind of an ambiguous love interest, and then it didn't.
Exactly.
I would have been more disappointed if this princess put up that offer and then he goes and it's like, actually, princess, I'm gonna go with this girl who I've kind of made a friendship with. I would have been like, come on, like leave that for the franchise. Like that's so storybook. Like this at least was funny, interesting. It fit the whole mood of the movie. Which was high action and high pace and funny.
You gotta walk out with a smile on your face.
It was everything James Bond to the over-top extreme. You're gonna do over-top violence, do over-top violence. You can do over-top sexuality, do over-top sexuality.
What was the chick's name again? I forgot.
The princess of like Sweden or something.
Of like
I don't remember.
There's no Princess of Sweden or something. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But I
Swedish
really
girls
want
are hot.
to
Swedish
your
girls are always
opinion on
hot.
that. I appreciate you taking my
All
call.
right, man. Thank you so much for calling in.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
All right, we'll take another
Have a good
call.
one.
Let's see. Oh, we got someone else calling in.
Did we get a top 5 from this guy?
We'll see. Hi, welcome to Box Office Breakdown. Who do we got?
Well, this wouldn't be a breakdown without doing.
Of course,
Oh, hey,
it
what's
had to
up,
be.
dude?
It's gotta be. It's gotta be. What's up, buddy?
How did you do?
How'd you do last week?
I only got 2 because I thought the Vince Vaughn movie was actually going to try and pull through.
Yeah,
You weren't alone in that. That half of the table also was with you.
We were with you,
Yeah,
man.
we can't bet on that guy anymore ever.
I mean, I understood Hot Tub 2 kind of bombing just because it had no real star power, but when you have Vince Vaughn and you're opening at not even $5 million, that's just
It's Mordecai.
unbelievable.
It's Mordecai.
You got any questions you want to ask,
That
Dylan?
small of a list either.
Sure.
Yeah.
As far as everybody going.
Oh, dude, it was so low. Is there any questions about the box office, Dylan?
No. Just top 5 for this week.
Yeah, sure. You can do it.
please.
Shoot it up.
I got Cinderella 1, Run All Night 2, Marigold, because I think, from what I read, it's getting like 500 more theaters.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see.
Yeah, the expansion.
And then Chappie and Unfocus.
Oh, okay, so you got Chappie at 4.
It's not a bad 5. You might be able to redeem yourself.
And
there.
you're dropping Kingsman off the list. Is that right?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
finally it'll be like 6 or 7.
The guy who put Kingsman number 1 like 3 weeks in,
Yeah.
is taking it out of the top 5.
Yes.
You've been soiled like
Changing your-
Kingsman.
You have a really good list.
This one is a good one, though. You might have this one.
All right, Dylan, thanks for calling, man. We'll look forward to your call next week for sure.
Yeah.
All right, thanks.
Thanks, dude.
All right, buddy. All right, let's take another one.
Yeah, one more.
What was our last one for the callers today?
Let's get this guy's real 5 here.
Hey, welcome to Box Office Breakdown. Who do we got?
Hey, it's Starger from Canada.
Hey,
what's going on, man?
Canada, we love Canada.
Hey, guys.
Drake's from Canada. Hey, you got your top 5. You'll be in the running to play against us for the Prisoners DVD.
Okay.
Or unless you have a question. Unless you got a question, I mean, we'll answer it for you too.
Do you have a question about the box office?
No, not so much.
Okay.
No.
Just call it in and say hey.
Call it in, telling us like when Drake's album's coming out.
No, I'm not into that.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, neither were we. Yeah, if you want to shoot your top 5, man, that'd be great.
Number 1, Cinderella.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a good pick.
With $25 million.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
I like that. I like that
Yeah.
number. I like that number.
Okay.
Number 2 is. Okay.
Yeah, no, everybody has
It gets hard.
problems.
See?
It's not easy.
Not as easy as it looks.
Yeah. Let's get it going, though. We got to bust off. They're kicking us out.
Run All Night.
Okay. Not bad. What's
I'm
going
going to put number 3 as Kingsman.
Oh,
Okay.
Kingsman. Wow.
Oh,
We
wow.
got number
Okay.
3. Okay.
That's interesting.
Interesting pick.
Yeah.
All right, number 4.
Your contenders are probably Marigold. You still have Marigold Hotel left. You still have Focus left. You still have Chappie.
Yes.
Those are kind of the 3 that are most likely vying for those last 2 spots.
Correct.
Unless you want to keep SpongeBob in the loop.
Yeah.
No.
Or the Cobbler. We got to hurry it up, bro. Come on, let's do it.
Okay. It Follows.
Oh, wow.
That's okay.
It follows number 4. Wow, that's
Wow, nice.
Then number 5 is Exotic Hotel.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
There we go.
that's
That's
interesting.
an interesting list. I'm very interested to see how It Follows does. Thank you for keeping that in your mind.
Yeah, thanks for calling in, man.
Good reviews. And
Yeah, if you win the Prisoners Blu-ray DVD. Just direct message Josh into his Facebook or his Twitter, and tell him what you're doing over there. It sounds like you're having fun wherever you're at.
Thank you so much for calling in.
Yeah.
Go Metro Canadian.
Yeah.
There we go.
man.
Let's go,
All right,
Canada.
Thanks for calling in.
Thanks, bud.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for everyone who called in. We'll keep track of your lists and ours. We'll see who wins.
It's like a drinking or smoking or something.
I was about to say,
Maybe there's a time delay between here and Canada. I don't know.
Yeah.
But everyone, as always, we love it when you interact with us, when you comment, when you subscribe, when you rate us. Remember, we've got so many different ways to find us. We've got iTunes, we have YouTube, we have our website, we have our Facebook. Go watch all of the Popcorn Talk Network shows.
Yeah.
We're expanding. They're just getting bigger and better. So everyone is wonderful. Have a wonderful show. Twitters, guys.
You could find me at SchmoesJTE.
At Bob Finstock. The likes are very important. Let's get them up.
Sarah is not on Twitter yet, but you can find us in basketball courts throughout LA.
Yeah.
Getting our game together.
Yes, we're playing Strip.
I'm getting
Strip
better.
21 next week.
21. Strip horse.
Right.
I start in
All right,
Speedos.
now we cut the show. Bye, guys.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, Christian Harloff, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.